Start out my presentation with a question. So who knows exactly what career they want to pursue after college? The show of hands. Okay, most everyone. So I'm going to talk about three, which I think is exciting careers in the field of aviation. I know it's another speech on aviation again. I'll change up next time, but this is kind of interesting to me. I'm not trying to make you switch majors or anything. I just am trying to inform you about some exciting careers. So the first career is the career of a bush pilot. Actually, that's my first one. This is a bush plane right here. As you can see, it has some fat tires on it, which is a lot different from like your standard airplane. So what do bush pilots do? They fly to remote areas that don't have runways or like just not highly populated areas. So one day you could be flying rich people to a private island, skiers to the top of a mountain to go skiing, food and medicine to some tribe in Africa. Who knows? The options are endless. Any place that doesn't have a runway and needs supplies, that's where you'd be going. The job is dangerous and also stressful. Where you're flying at, there's not like a lot of places around you for you to land. So if you were to run out of gas, it'd be a big problem because you'd be landing out in the forest somewhere. That also goes along with it, where you need survival skills just in case you were to crash land somewhere. If you're wanting to do this for a long time, you need to be really skilled at it. They say old pilots, there's old pilots and there's bold pilots, but there are no old pilots. It's kind of like a saying in aviation, which basically means be smart about flying. If you're not smart, you're probably not going to last very long. And now I'm going to talk about the landing gear types of landing gear that bush planes use. These are just like your standard flat tire or fat tire landing gear configuration. They're good for landing on rocks and like taking bumps and stuff. They're pretty sturdy. The next one, this is a Piper Cub. These are floats on it. It's basically just two pontoons. They're able to put them down in water anywhere. So whenever there's not a runway and there's water, that's what you'd be using. Obviously, you need to watch out for waves and stuff. And there could be logs and stuff in the river that you could hit. The next one, this is just another picture. This is a landing procedure. If the area that you're landing on isn't long enough for your plane to slow down, sometimes they'll fly down right over the water and drag the wheels across the water to slow it down, like right before getting to the riverbed, which I think that's pretty cool. These are skis. This would be for flying off of snow or off of ice. There's no braking for this, so you need a really long runway to land at. So as a bush pilot, you would, after you've been flying for a while, you can look at making over 6 figures a year. Okay, yeah. Some bush pilots are volunteers. They don't even get paid for what they're doing, like mission workers that would be flying to Africa with medicine or food. Those people don't get paid to do that. The next career I'm going to talk about is the career of a test pilot. So what is a test pilot? It's basically a pilot that a company would hire to fly their planes for them, like a new design, or every airplane that's ever produced needs a test pilot to fly it before it can even be sold to the general public, just because you wouldn't want anything going wrong with an airplane just in the hands of anyone in the public. So there's 3 types of test pilots. There's an experimental test pilot, a production test pilot, and an airline test pilot. An experimental test pilot is a pilot that would fly airplanes that have never been flown before, which is a brand new design. People don't even know if it's going to fly. Like the calculations would say it would fly and everything, but you honestly don't know if it'll fly or not. Production are the guys that will fly just your standard airplanes that are for the public. After they come off the production line, these guys hop in the planes, fly them, test them, make sure they're up to standards. And then there's airline pilots, which as you can imagine, they fly airline planes instead of just your average whatever plane, everyday public plane. If any modification is made to an airline, they need a test pilot to fly it because it's like a safety concern with so many people on the airplane. They just want to make sure it's 100% okay. The job is dangerous, especially the experimental side of it, because you're flying planes that have never been flown before. The working conditions are a little rough because just on the mental side of it, flying is not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of stuff you have to be looking at all times to keep the airplane in the air. So these are some examples of airplanes that test pilots in the past have flown. This one's called the Aerocycle. It was designed by the U.S. Army. I believe there's only 12 of them made, and they were designed for ground troops to like get over swampy areas. They wouldn't have to walk; they could just fly over. It's basically a helicopter, and you're standing on top of it, which really isn't a good idea because there's no seat belts, and if you fall off, well, you fall right into the blades. So they did not use that. They only built 12 of them. One of them's still around today, and the rest of them all got destroyed. They compared it to riding a Segway. This is the Convair Pogo. It's designed to take off straight up and down, and then land going straight down. So it was designed basically to land on like battleships and stuff. But the way it was designed, you're sitting in it like a regular airplane, so you'd be looking straight up. So landing, you'd have to be looking over your shoulder. Landing on a ship going up and down makes it even harder. So that was never put into use, but there was a test pilot that had to fly that. This is the SR-71. It's one of the fastest planes ever created. It can go 2,200 miles per hour. It's a $34 million airplane, and obviously, if you're a test pilot flying this plane, you'd have to be very experienced and know what you're doing. The last one is an air traffic controller. These are the guys that control the airports. They direct traffic, tell them where to go, make sure that there's no collisions or anything like that. It requires a good short-term memory because you could be dealing with up to 20 airplanes at the same time, tracking their position, giving them calculations on like their ETA at the time of arrival, traffic that could be around them, just telling them where to keep their eyes out. And some places you could work if you're an air traffic controller. This is the Malaysia International Airport. That tower right there, if you can see it, that's what you'd be working in. They put them up high so you can see all the traffic on the ground. You can't really see them in the air. They have radars for that, but they also direct traffic on the ground, not just in the air. Next one, this is the JFK International Airport. It's in New York City. Yeah, it was named after John F. Kennedy, I guess. Last one is the Los Angeles Airport, or Los Angeles International Airport. They've flown over 80 million passengers, and that figure, all the figures I've got for the air traffic controllers come from a site called FAA.com, published March 2nd, 2014. So yeah, these are just some places you could be working if you're an air traffic controller. So the field of aviation is an exciting field. I think these are 3 careers that could be a possibility for anyone wanting to pursue that career field. I mean, you can make money, and it's a fun job in general.